Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. Oh, go Utes.
Hey!
We are here. We are alive. We're laughing.
I made the cut, Steve. I made the cut, buddy.
James is here. None of us dropped out today. We're here. Even though it's a bye week, we could have taken the week off.
No. Never.
No, we're here. We're going to talk about it. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel or any of your podcast platforms that you listen to. Make sure you're subscribed. Give us a 5-star review. Follow along on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the socials. We want to see you there. We want to interact with you.
Do
Do it.
Follow Gary's private Snapchat.
Oh.
Good times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't want to hear about that.
Fingernails.
We would love. Ew. Oh my gosh. Wow, this show's getting off to a weird start.
Just bringing the joy, people.
We would love a super chat or a super thanks tonight. We'll start with Bet Online, shall we? Let's get rolling here. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. We don't have a spread this week because it's our bye week. Think you know your stuff? You can get in on a $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of the $200,000 prize. Then when the game's over, head on over to the online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or one of the 150 slots games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet Online, the game starts here.
That's good, John.
Good, John.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, God.
All right, Lonnie, thanks, man.
We will start
We're going to start where we need to start.
with the game.
Brynn, hit it.
Okay.
This is Brynn's. Let's introduce it.
Well, this is,
This was post immediately after the game.
You're walking to your car from the stadium.
Walking to the car, which we traditionally do this. We will post after the game, good or bad, because we're not losers who are going to hide away. So
Faceless.
yeah, this was like immediate reaction walking to the car. So here you go. Hideous, ugly, disgusting. What other words can I use? Frustrating, atrocious. We got destroyed. Revenge did not come. I don't know. I truly don't even know what else to say. That was awful. 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 Horrible. Awful. Hideous. Ugly. Everything. And that's the podcast, everybody.
All right.
Goodbye. That's all we'll say. No.
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. So that is the recap from the game.
Yeah, I mean, Utah fans, were you feeling anything different than that? That was...
Hey, I was feeling the same way. And every fan, whether they're Utah fans or fans of another team, have felt the exact same way. That was a perfect expression of feelings that we get.
Everyone
That's the way it
felt
is,
that
man.
way. If you're a fan of a team, your team is
It
lost
was great.
in ugly fashion, and that's exactly how you felt. There's a reason that when you're watching a game and they're showing the home fans and they're all,
Yeah.
that's it.
And we can all relate.
We can all
to
relate.
that. Well, that was my husband and my son. Apparently, we're on
I
TV.
I saw that
them.
picture.
And so people sent us the picture
And they're both just,
the face. And I said, they cut me out because I was probably saying some words that can't be on ESPN. But
Well said, Brynn. That's so yeah, that's the basic impression and feeling of the game.
amen.
Okay, so amen. Hey, Ruben.
hey,
man.
And we'll shout out Ruben, and Bridger is here in the chat too. We met both of them at
yeah.
our
Hey,
tailgate
Bridger.
on Saturday.
Thanks for stopping by. It was good to meet you guys.
That was awesome.
It was good. Can I start here? Can I just obviously we're going to get into the game and stuff.
Do we have to, though?
But it's I
don't want to.
of course the immediate reaction, and then for the last 2 days, you're looking at social media and all that kind of stuff, and reading what people are saying, and it's like the end of the world has just happened. Can I just say that what's our goal at the beginning of the season? Our goal is what? Win the Big 12, and then get the automatic bid, if you do, to go to the playoff.
Right.
And I guess, you know what? That can still happen.
Yes.
It's not like we're out of it. And so I'm not sure why. Is it a bit of a setback? Yeah. Okay. There's a loss. So the margin of error shrinks when it's like that. And the Big 12 is an interesting mix this year. It's nothing what people thought it was going to be,
which is great.
I think it's fantastic. I like the wins, the losses, the whole thing. But the bottom line is, for me, is you got to take the 30,000-foot view of what the long view. Okay. Yeah. That sucked. That was, we're going to talk, but we can still win it all. We can still make the playoff. So let's go.
Yeah. It's true. And like,
that's true. I'm speaking
you're
truth
absolutely
again.
right. I don't know why this loss like pisses me off more than other ones that we've had. I don't know why. I really don't know. Maybe it was.
It does.
It's the way we lost.
No. It's like
because you're right. You're absolutely right. But I don't like. I'm having a hard time finding that silver lining. I'm just pissed.
This loss is the same as when we went to Florida and lost.
Because it was home. I think that might be part of it.
No, I think I have the exact same pissed off emotions.
Okay.
It's the exact same for me. And I'm pissed off, but you know what the reality is you're right. 2 teams get into that playoff or to that Big 12 championship.
That's where we got to get to.
You just got to, that is the goal. You're right. Margin of error is now a lot slimmer. So it's okay. But there's teams that are ahead of us that are going to lose. We just take care of our business. But I get what you mean. Like, it's at home. It's a night game. It's the blackout. Everyone's like, oh, and Arizona came in and smacked us in the face, and good on them.
Well, and it is interesting because if you would have asked me at the beginning of the season, looking at our schedule, this is the record I would have guessed.
So I went back and looked. Every single one of us had us at this record at this point in the season.
But
4-1.
For whatever reason, it was in my head, it was losing Oklahoma State. And of course, it's the expectation that I fully expected that we would beat Arizona at home. And then we got destroyed. And so,
but we
okay.
Hold on. No, before the season,
we'll do positives, Gary. Just let me know. I have to.
I get it.
I know.
Before the season, now, like you said, the Big 12 is way different than what we expected it to be. But before the season, we knew that this was going to be a really tough game. When we were all, thank heavens we get them at home, but it's going to be a tough game. That was the expectation. So this is not like this shocking. We lost to Southern Utah. No, we lost to an NFL caliber quarterback and Fifita and a hell of a receiver, and they outplayed us. Good on, congratulations. But the season's not dead, everybody. The season's not dead.
True.
We're not even halfway done.
No, I know. There's a lot of football left.
So much football.
It is what it was. It was trash. But hey, jumping off a cliff because of that. There's too much good.
I was pretty close on Saturday.
Okay. Can I go here, though, before we start talking about the specific game? Is just a little bit about Cam Rising. Pull up that first slide.
I have nothing to say.
Okay.
This one, Rising.
On Rising. So this is Cam. We posted this, I think, on Facebook and X. And this is my view. I don't know what everyone else's view is, but Cam Rising is a winner, an experienced top-tier quarterback, and he's going to be back. Now, frustration is reasonable, and I'm frustrated with the whole injury thing, no doubt about it. But this is the part, but the sudden loathing that some people have is extreme to me. With Rising in the lineup, we will contend for the Big 12 championship, and I believe that. Sure, I'm this whole roller coaster thing and the injury and all. Yeah, I'm frustrated, but look, I don't think they're playing games up there this year. It's not like last year with a blown out knee. He's going to come back, and when he does, we're going to contend. Now, I'll say this is if he does come back, or when he comes back, yeah, he's not going to be 100% sharp. It's going to take some games, and that's what I'm hoping that he does come back against ASU. He can work his way to his peak level before we get into the end of the season, which is actually the meat. If we look, we'll talk about that. It escalates toward the last 4 games. That's where it's going to happen.
Crazy.
It's amazing now.
Yeah.
But if he comes back, absolutely, I think we can contend.
You know, we as football fans, as sports fans, I think we need
And the trashing of Cam is aggravating me. I think
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I understand, but we have very short memory spans. I don't know. Like, I think we've forgotten or we're discounting or whatever it is the way Cam plays because we haven't seen him in whatever how many days it is. We haven't all last year. We didn't see him. We haven't seen him since that Rose Bowl where he got hurt. People
Yeah,
are
19 months.
people
like that.
are forgetting the kind of player that he is. The concern is when he comes back, will he still be that kind of player? But no, I'm with you. I'm not enjoying seeing the trashing of him because
It's ridiculous.
he has brought so much to Utah football, and I think he would play if he could play. But I get the frustration. I don't like the trashing.
So Rose,
Yeah, that guy's a
that guy is a beep.
yeah. You can't say the word.
I'm
if
not
we
going to
wanna
say what I
stay
think about that guy because I saw
on
the
our
exact same
platforms.
thing, Rose.
Someone trashing
He's
Cam.
a dick. How's that?
Yeah, that's fair. He is.
He is.
Get
He's the
the
I
goofball.
can't stand that guy.
And he
Beep
did
up.
say that about Cam Rising. A guy he doesn't know anything about Cam Rising gets on there and pulls this crap. He's a loser. His goofy deep voice.
Okay.
Okay, that guy.
Oh, we got Gary going here a little
Yeah,
bit.
I
Look,
read
this-
his. Go read it. You'll get the same.
I don't
I don't want to read it. Why would I give that guy a moment of
I'm
my
just saying
thought, a moment of my time? He's
The attack on Rising, I feel, is unfair for a guy who has brought us so much success. I don't think he's doing anything weird. But pull up the other slide I got on there. This is the other thing. A lot of people saying, see, he's been cleared by the doc. So he should be, if he's cleared by the doctors, then he should be playing. And because he's not playing, there's something weird going on. You know, he's just playing for his NIL. He doesn't really want to play. All this kind of stuff. The grifter thing is part of this. Anyone that's played sports, though, knows that you can be cleared to play, which means you're not going to get, you're not at risk of the re-injury or worsening. But the injury can be the pain and whatever the injury
it can
is
still affect your
play. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, he's not going to re-injure it. But if he can't grip the ball, he can't put velocity on the ball. He's limited. He can't play. He shouldn't play. And this is the thing is guys are saying he should just be out there. He should do this. He should do that. He must not want to play. And I ask myself, if anyone in this chat has been in the inner circle with the doctors and with Whittingham and with Ludwig and with Cam and has some inside information that
I would love that.
there's
if someone in the
something
chat
weird
has
going
that.
on here, please tell us. I would love to have it because there's so much stupid stuff being said about it. No, if he could play, he would play. He can't grip the ball. And guys say, well, he get in there and be better than Wilson. Well, you know what? If you can't make all the throws, if you can't throw the ball 20 yards with velocity, easy target. Wilson can at least hum it in there, throw all the throws. The idea that we're second guessing Whittingham. Come on, man. There's no game going on here. Cleared to play. Yeah. But he's not there yet.
Well, and
Thoughts?
I just don't think there's knowing Whittingham and the coaching staff, they're not going to just let a guy sit around. Like if he can play, he'd be playing. They're not just going to let him sit around and take up space. And I don't know. You know, like, I don't know. It's weird conspiracy theories going on out there.
There's no conspiracy theory. It's dumb to even think that. Gosh. He thinks
Nothing
it, though.
else.
No,
Oh.
I'm over it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm over it. Like, I love Cam. Cam brought us back-to-back Pac-12 championship games. He's brought us some of the greatest moments in Rice-Eccles and Utah football history, right? Going out and kicking the crap out of the Ducks. Going out, and that game at Rice-Eccles when we beat USC and Caleb Williams, and he drove us down the field. Back-to-back Pac-12 Rose Bowl appearances. You can't say the guy is soft.
No.
Okay, the guy's one of the toughest competitors you'll ever see. The
Remember
guy,
his helmet got torn off.
his helmet got blown off of his head, and he gets up with a smile on his face. Okay, if you think he's a grifter, you're an idiot, because the guy went out and had a half torn ACL and goes out and beats USC, and then we're in the game versus Penn State before his knee just says, "I can't do this anymore," and explodes on him. Okay. There's nothing about me that says Cam is sitting out because he wants the money or he's soft. No, that's all bull crap. And if you think that, you can leave. Okay. That's how I feel. If that's your, seriously, unfollow us. And
Hey,
I'm done.
Don't do
No,
that.
seriously.
Jeez,
It pisses me off to see Utah fans. Yeah, it does. But what drives me crazy is the constant saga. The
That
constant
part of it is.
Cam Rising is a game time decision. Everyone knows what that meant. Everyone goes, so he's out. Okay. Where I'm at in this is, okay, he's been out for 4 weeks once we play the Arizona State game. Arizona State's not a layup. Arizona State's
No.
very improved. It's on the road. Now, fortunately, we've got the bye week, Arizona. I am at this point, and I don't know where you guys are at. If he cannot go against Arizona State, it is Isaac, get the reps, get the experience now. Because if he can't go against Arizona State, then it's, okay, well, what about TCU comes to town? And then he can't go against TCU. And then all of a sudden, we're 2/3 of the way through the season, and he hasn't played in 2 months. And then you have to have that ramp-up period. And the last 4 games of our season are the toughest. I mean, we've got freaking Iowa State's coming to town.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now, is it's like, he is the dude. If he can go out and play, we saw the flashes. We were up blowing Baylor out of the freaking arena when he was in the game. Okay, so he's still the man. He's still the guy. I still think he can lead the team, and we can absolutely get to our goals. If he can't go against Arizona State, then it's like, all right, maybe we just say, we move on, let Isaac get the reps, let him get the experience, because he's getting better. It's a very slow process. So that's where my frustration level is at on all of this.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
There's some parts I would disagree, but let's move on.
No. Yeah. You're right.
Let's go.
It's the
We know what we're going to
saga.
do. Let's find some positives out of that game first, and then we'll get down to some other stuff. Let's talk about Singer. Pull up that slide. I mean,
Texas
'cause
Mike likes your.
it was such an ugly
Love you,
game
Texas
that
Mike.
It's
that
power
we that we missed some stuff, but people,
Is Singer the best receiver
Dorian Singer,
we've ever had?
155 yards on 9 catches for 17.2 yards a catch. Dude, that's
He's the
monster.
Best. He's the best that I can remember.
fantastic.
Best receiver we've ever had,
Yeah.
in my
from-
opinion.
I mean, absolutely
A great
fantastic.
game. And it gets overlooked because of the whole scenario, but that was Singer. Now, Bernard. So, Bernard, what did he have there? Not, it wasn't a
91
superior
yards.
90
game,
All.
but he still had 91 yards on only 16 carries, which was almost 6 yards a carry.
He only carried the ball 16 times. It felt more than that. That's really disappointing. I mean, he averaged 5.7 yards a carry. That's
But he had a
frustrating.
decent game. Okay. Now, here's the other thing that, and you tell me, I'm curious to get your view on this. As a positive, I mean, we were watched the game, or we were there, and so forth. But if you were to tell me, going into this game that Noah Fifita would throw for a total of 197 yards, Now so we were at that game, and Fifita only threw for 197
That's
yards.
crazy.
And that McMillan, number 4, perhaps the best receiver in the country, if not one of the very top
He's unreal.
receivers in the country.
I don't know. What did he have? Let me guess.
He
I don't
only
even know.
caught the ball 6 times for 50 yards.
I would have signed
No
up
way.
See, this is what I'm saying.
He
is
only had 50 yards.
50 yards. Number 4, only 50 yards. Fifita he threw the ball for 197 yards.
John just said that he didn't have a catch in the second half.
McMillan didn't?
Those big catches were not McMillan.
No, those were the number 88.
And that was one guy, another dude, and then
Still.
tight end. But anyway, what I'm
Still.
saying is McMullen. So and I'll say this. They scored 23 points.
I know.
For me, the 23 points is a positive. In fact, my prediction is, if I recall, was 35-21.
I think I said 17 for them.
I figured they were going to score. So the problem wasn't, the defense, and we'll get into that with some of these big plays. But if you would have told me McMillan's going to have 50 yards and Fifita's going to throw for 197, I go, dude, man, we win. So I'm saying I look at all of that as a positive.
How many rushing yards did Arizona have?
So that's one of the negatives.
Okay.
Let's go on to that side of it in a second. That really hurt
That's
us.
what hurt.
And then I'll say this. One of the positives was that we actually did move the ball early.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
The first 3 drives,
We
we
did went boom, 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 boom,
went
boom.
right down the field.
And then some negative stuff happened. But those are some positives. Anything else you guys have or think about all that?
Oh, God.
We had the ball longer than them,
Yeah, but it's almost like it's a frustration
which is kind of a dumb
point.
stat, like you say. Total yards, 366 to 364 for them.
So right there.
We had more first downs.
Yeah, but see, that's where it's kind of frustrating because the stats were
Yeah, so you read
in our
stats and it's
favor.
weird. Wilson, we'll talk about Wilson here in a second, but he had more yards.
I'll say a positive only for one point of the game was the crowd because
Oh, place got nuts.
unfortunately that didn't sustain the whole game because we couldn't keep the energy up
Yeah.
because we were frustrated. But at that last part of the game, when we had just come back, scored the touchdown, that place, like
Rocking.
we've been in those big games before where it's loud. The Covey returned in the Oregon game, and then of course the USC game. But on Saturday night, that Let's Go Utah and the defense is out there just jumping and like that was so cool.
Yeah, that part was
Because
great.
it was everybody.
Even the people on the 50-yard line in their cush seats were standing up.
Even they were standing
Even the
up
Winston
and,
section?
The Winston section was going, "Yes,
and cheering.
Go, Utah, go."
So for that point of it, it was positive. Now,
And Fifita went out and just
unfortunately, the air got taken out really quickly after that. But that was a cool experience.
yeah, that was cool.
So, all right. Now we get into the meat of the
People, we'll just say people are saying the uniforms.
yeah, I like
Everyone liked the
True,
uniforms.
yeah.
Was a positive.
Uniforms are beautiful. Can we just start a petition to make those our permanent? I don't why are we doing
The
this?
black ones?
No,
Oh.
the interlocking U's on the sleeves. What are we doing? We rotate so much. Just make it the permanent logo or the permanent jersey. Everyone's fine with it. We got a black, white, red. We're good. We're done.
Well, before we get into the negatives, we're going to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. Dr. Thomas is a board-certified orthodontist, and Thomas Orthodontics offers various orthodontic services, including clear aligners, traditional braces, early orthodontic treatment for children or adults, and they also specialize in jaw alignment and bite correction procedures. So if you are dealing with any of those things, make sure you look them up at thomasortho.com. And if you mention the Utah Football Fans podcast, you get $500 off your comprehensive treatment for the month of October. That only lasts until the end of this month. So make sure you get in there now at thomasortho.com. Huge thanks to Dr. Thomas there. Okay.
one other positive.
One other positive.
As I'm just looking at the stat, I did look at this earlier, is that their third down conversion, they were only 4 for 13. Felt a lot more than that. So what is that? 30%? Or 15, something, whatever it is. So it felt a lot more than that, but they were only 4 for 13.
Yeah, the stats are very deceiving on this
It's
game.
it's just whatever. Okay, here's the negatives though. And I think personally, this is what set the rest of the game in motion, was the fact, and we've already mentioned that we moved the ball, 3 drives in a row. I think I wrote it. I think you've got it there. The first 3 drives we got to the 10-yard line or within.
Yeah.
We got to the 10, the 2, and the 5. It was 4th and 2 at the 10-yard line. 4th and goal, and we were actually first and 10, which is 1st and goal. We at the 9-yard line, and we were 1st and 10 at the 11. And all we came away was 3 points.
3 total points.
3 total points.
Yeah.
Total, not 3, 3, 3.
3 total.
3 total points
those
of getting
3.
to the 10 or to the 2 or to the 5. And because that didn't happen, we didn't score. Even we should have got 17 points out of it.
Even if you come away,
That would have been 17 points out of it to get down there. But to come away with 3,
even if you come away with 13
I was
points
gonna say,
out
even
of
if
it.
you came away with anything,
it just changed
It
the
was-
whole
and for
freaking
me, it
game,
was-
man.
The play calling in the
Dude.
red zone was so bad. We drive down the field with throwing, get down to the 10 and run. And it happened over and over. And you're just going, that's the best we've got?
well, and it is frustrating because this was the issue last week also with Oklahoma State. And Whittingham did address this in his press conference. Now, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to actually implement it. But that was the issue with Oklahoma State.
Yep.
But it's like we did the exact same thing.
The
We
play
just did
calling,
the same thing.
it's like we've got 3 play calls once you get inside the 10-yard line. And it's just, it doesn't work. It didn't work, obviously. I mean, 3 points. And
Not within the 20.
no.
To
Within
the 10.
Within the 10.
Within the 10.
And you're just sitting there going, and I think everybody felt it. All of a sudden, we've got 3 points, and everyone kind of went, holy crap, that's going to come back to bite us. And I love the aggressiveness. I do.
I don't have a problem with it myself.
I don't have a problem with going for it
for 4th
on
down.
4th and 2. I think that because you get it, you're a genius, right? But you don't get it, you're an idiot. That's how finite of a margin you have. And so we didn't get it.
But here's what I'll say for myself is, when I'm there and I'm watching some play calls, I lose my mind on some stuff. There's no question about it.
That is true. I can
However,
attest to that.
However,
True statement.
what I can't, I don't put myself out there as some
Genius on
genius analyst on running plays.
the guys behind us do.
Oh
Though.
yeah, those guys. Coach.
Little coach.
And little coach. So I guess my question is, and I don't know this, was the play call actually the play calls actually the right call for the time, and it wasn't executed?
Yeah, that's what you don't know.
Okay,
Did
so-
someone miss a block? An assignment?
Someone misses a block. Does Wilson make that throw higher to Lohner on that one, but he throws it down here to a guy who's 6'7", it's blocked. So the play call is beautiful. The execution is bad.
Could be.
Okay, so I don't know whose fault. I think it's a combination of stuff. I don't know if it's Ludwig. All I know is this. And I think everyone would agree, whatever the calls are going to be, when you're down there, you score.
You have
Do
to.
whatever you
have
have
to.
to do to score whatever the play calls, whatever you get. That's ridiculous,
Okay,
man.
but I do have one
Okay.
on the play calls. Drives me insane when it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and we are lined up in the shotgun.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
We're never under center.
Never.
Never.
You're automatically putting yourself back. I hate that so much. That is one thing that you're right. They're constantly
Never.
doing that. It's
And we have an awesome O-line. Why can't you just push it over?
Or hand it off with the guy momentum.
That one drives me nuts.
So anyway, throw up here's the thing though. Here, and I think this goes along. Here is a list of all of our possessions in the game, which is, when I looked at it, I had to double check triple check.
Okay.
First three we just talked about. Downs, field goal.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we got the 3 points within the 10.
So turned it over, field goal.
Not a turnover. We
No,
turned
I know,
over
but
downs.
turned it over on downs.
Okay, then we punted, interception
Oh,
for the
God.
next 4. Then we gave it up again on downs.
Good hell.
We
I
got
don't-
a TD. As you remember that
Yeah,
one,
and then
which
the
is
place
beautiful.
exploded.
Yes, and it was.
Then we had to
exciting.
punt, downs, interception. I don't know what to say about all that crap,
Just move on. Just move on.
It
from
is-
but I
It's
think it was
crap.
all set up. That's why it was so frustrating coming out of there, because this is what you're living through.
Even you go touchdown, field goal,
Or touchdown.
touchdown. Oh yeah, I mean obviously that
But
would be ideal, and it was there for the. It was there.
It's for the taking, man. And then you never know what the snowball just keeps rolling along, man. I look at that and I just go, there's no way in that, but it was, what was halftime? Was it 10-3?
Yeah, 10-3.
10-3 at halftime.
The thing that was weird about halftime, though, you're right. It was 10-3, and I was sitting there going, it feels so far out of reach. And it was one score.
Uh-huh.
I was going,
I
it's
agree
one
with
score
you.
because they got the ball after half,
Yes.
and you're like, okay.
Yeah, but we stopped them.
Yeah, I know, but
We stopped him, but-
it just felt we were teetering, and then there was that bad interception that he threw down in our end. They held him to a field goal. I don't know. It just, we
I
could.
We were
agree
still
with
in
you.
it.
I know.
We were, but it's like I agree with you. That whole second half, I was just like, that we're not gonna.
It's just, okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if they
So-
could have gotten a stop when
Yeah.
it exploded there. If
Well,
they could have gotten
yeah.
a stop there, then who knows? But we didn't, obviously. So,
It didn't happen.
needless to say,
I want to preface this. I want to talk about Wilson, and this is under the negative side. Okay. But I want to put this caveat out there because I don't want the haters coming after me or whatever. I like him.
I think he's going to be great.
I think he's talented. He can throw. I anticipate he's going to be the guy for Utah. And in the upcoming years, we're going to be a contender because of the kid. I think he's great,
I do too.
but he's not ready yet.
Yeah, he's getting experience right now that
He's
has
not going to carry us to the championship. I don't care. People and people have been saying that. I've read stuff. People have come back at me on some stuff I've put out.
What?
That they want to just get rid of Cam, put Wilson in and ride him. And I'm just saying, if you're saying that with the option that Cam could go,
Oh no.
then we have no shot because he's not ready. I'm not saying we won't win games with Wilson because we have, but hey, now we're not going to win the Big 12 championship. So he's just not ready. And this game was a perfect example. Just you all watch the game. Just compare in your own minds watching Noah Fifita play and Wilson playing. And you immediately see what an experienced, talented, top-tier quarterback is that can carry a team and what you do need to win championships. And where Wilson was, though he made some good plays, you could see at times
It was overwhelming.
the
to him.
moments were too big. He couldn't read what they were sending at him, that kind of stuff.
Well, Elise, who sits with us, she said, and I think it makes sense. He's like a little baby bird that got thrown out of his nest before he knew how to fly.
He's not ready to fly, but he got tossed out there.
Yeah, like
Fly.
he can flap his wings for a little bit, but then he crashes to the ground.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of people riding on you, and they're going to boo you if you don't do well.
He's
So
been thrown
go.
into the fire too early, but
So Wilson, this is he threw the ball 40
Good analogy.
times.
It's a great analogy.
This is a great analogy.
That's too many throws.
And
for
he
that
was
guy.
he okay. So the yards,
many.
what is that? 280. Okay, you go. Wow, what a great game.
No,
But he was 20 for 40. That's 50%.
that is true.
That's not good. In college ball, you got to be upper 60s. That's just, or you're 65 and above percent. 50 is not a good percentage. Now, here's the other thing, the QBR. I'm not sure anyone understand what the QBR is all about, it's a quarterback rating. It was a rating for quarterbacks developed by ESPN. I think it was 2011. There is obviously just the quarterback rating, which focuses on just passing and yards, and that's it. But that could give you a false premise on how the quarterback's actually doing. The QBR tries to bring a lot of other aspects involved. And if anyone listens to Coach Witt, this is the rating that he likes the most. He always talks about it. He goes, it's what the QBR was. James, why don't you read? Just read this.
Well, for people who aren't watching.
Yeah, but some aren't watching it.
All right, the
Or
QBR.
just summarize it.
Or yeah, just and
It's the impact the quarterback has on the game. That's what the rating is, because it goes much deeper than just yards and completions and touchdowns. Like, it's what kind of impact did that player, the quarterback specifically, have on the game. So it says the QBR provides a more holistic view of a quarterback's performance than the traditional passer rating.
It includes things like rushing contributions, sack avoidance, situational context, things like that. So it takes
which is important.
a lot.
The
takes
whole
a lot
thing.
more into account.
And then they rank those particular things, and they have a formula and whatever. I mean, there's
Okay.
limits, but this is what a lot of people use. This is what Witt uses for the quarterback. Now, I'll say this. When this is important information there, Texas Mike. What I'm saying is, when an excellent QBR, a superior QBR is over 100. If you're playing really well, it's typically in the 90s, mid 90s. When Cam Rising was taking us to the championship games into the Rose Bowls, he was typically in the top 10 and often in the top 5 of QBR, which was around 95,
season,
96. Yeah. That's kind of where he was at. Okay. That's just giving all the context of the rating. In this game, the rating that Wilson got was 18. Okay. And that's taking everything into consideration. Fifita was only, what did I say, 85, 86? I say only because it's not a superior game when everything's put together, but it's a good rating. But 16, or is it 18? 18?
But that's the thing, like you said, watching
Dude.
Fifita and watching Wilson, the eye test, you saw the difference. And then you put in the stats and all the QBR, and 18 versus like 85. That's not good.
It's not good. And it was just, that was the reason. That's one of the main reasons.
Well, I also, for me, one of the big things that was shocking is we lost the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. We had 0 sacks.
Yeah.
We had very few pressures even on him.
Yeah, we never sacked.
We lost the turnover battle. And then I have not seen our D-line get gouged for rushing yards. That over and over and over and over for years.
Mhm.
So for me, that was a huge area. And then
they rushed for 169 yards.
Yeah, that's against a Utah defense. That's unheard of.
That is one of the factors that actually killed us. So the Fifita McMullen thing,
yeah,
if we could have kept him from rushing the ball,
if they rush for 100 yards,
or 190 like we usually do.
Right, but that was the biggest surprise to me. And then our O-line had a hard time. I mean, they were blitzing a lot.
Yeah,
so they had a hard time, because I would too. I would too. I'd make the kid make a quick decision. It's exactly what they were trying to do. He got hit a ton.
He did.
Ton of credit to him.
He did seem
Isaac
like he
kept
was
getting
a
up.
little bit. Yeah, but I think he was hurting a
Absolutely.
little bit. Well, I mean,
Yeah, he was.
anybody would be.
So for me, that was one of the biggest areas, is the amount of times that and it wasn't, because sometimes a team will have 160 yards rushing on us and 75 came from one play. That's not how this was. They had over and over and over. It was 12 yards, 18 yards, 10 yards, 20 yards. And that is what killed it.
Rushing was
that for me, that was like the number one thing.
I do, though. I will say this, and in particular, so when we'd made the drive and we were only down by 6, the stadium's going crazy. Okay.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I think they started on the
10-yard
7 or something like that.
They were down in the end zone.
3rd down. Okay. 3rd down. They throw like a 41-yard first down at the sideline.
Money just
I'm just saying
absolute
props
great ball.
to Fifita and props to the guy who caught it. That was his only catch in the game, I think.
Jeez.
At the sideline, and he brought it in. Otherwise, we get the ball.
Mhm.
I mean, you just have to say, well done.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna say?
It was like we had guys on him. I don't know. It was just, and then
Same drive.
same drive. We got him to the point where it was 3rd down again. They threw like a 35-yard touchdown to the tight end.
As he's running
As
to the
he's running,
sprint. It's an
Another
NFL.
perfect pass. I mean, you saw on. It's easy to criticize our defense. Okay, but hey, man,
Hey, the guy
threw some darts and they caught him.
Yeah. So great job. That's all I can say.
Props to Arizona, and he was making some throws throughout the game. But their defense stifled us, all that stuff, and it was frustrating.
It was frustrating. And even earlier in the day when I'm watching, because Ole Miss lost,
I know.
top 10 team, and I watched some of that game, and it was like this, oh my gosh, I hope that's not us tonight.
It wasn't. Their game was close.
Yeah,
Their game was competitive.
Touche. Oh god, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about. I mean, one of the big conversations was the reffing. I'm not blaming it. I think they handily beat us.
yeah.
I'm not blaming the officials. No.
But those PIs were PIs.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It was mentioned in the chat already. We didn't acknowledge it yet, but yeah, we still lose. I don't think that was.
No, that wouldn't have made the difference.
I'm not using that any excuse, but all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
a couple of those were PIs.
Well, and then the refs were so bad. I don't know. The 2 flags get thrown on a kickoff. It took the refs 12 minutes to decide.
Well, that's when the "Let's Go Utah" chant happened.
Everyone's going. It's a simple holding 10-yard penalty. You go back to the 10, and here we go. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating.
No, it took forever.
It took 5 minutes for these idiots to go holding
Yeah.
on the return team. So that's. But no, I'm not blaming the officials.
It's weird.
No, but it
But
was
Whit
weird.
did say we preferred him letting him play
Yeah, and I heard him
versus
say
the old
that.
Pac-12 stuff.
And look, if that's the case, and that's how it's going to be officiated, and they are going to keep that consistent for the remainder of the league play, phenomenal. Let that be the case, and our corners will make that adjustment, and you mug some people in the end zone before the ball gets there.
I never count on that, though. I feel like,
Hey, it happened twice to us.
no, I know, but then it's like, we'll get called for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You
but
never
yeah,
know. I just
I was surprised to hear what Whit said about it, is that he prefers them to just not call anything.
I do too. I prefer that. Let the guys play.
Yeah, but when it's
call a
PI,
penalty when it's a penalty.
when it's PI,
when you're not
call
looking at
PI.
the ball and you're wrapped him up.
You got one arm hooking and pulling the guy.
All right, we'll
All
move
right,
on.
But let's go here. So I think we mentioned it. So the upcoming schedule. So we have the bye, and then we go to ASU. TCU comes to town, and then we go to Houston. I believe we have is that when the next bye is?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's
Yeah.
those 3 games. We
should-
cannot lose any of those games.
No, those
People-
have to be. You have to come out 3-0.
We have to win
Have to.
because after that is, as it's turning out, we play the Zoobs, Iowa State.
No, Colorado.
So the Zoobs at home. We go to Colorado. Iowa State comes, and then we have to go to UCF.
Those 4 games.
That's going to tell a lot at the end.
So you're right. You have to win. But that Anus U game, dude, I'm telling you,
Yeah, they're better than they.
red flags all over that. Fortunately, we're coming out of a bye, so hopefully they're ready to roll. By the way, that's next Friday night.
Yeah.
By the way,
We'll
not
talk about it
Saturday.
next week.
But just
That's the schedule, and we need to be playing at full cylinders, man. That's a tough schedule for the Big 12 for us. That's why, in my mind, I'm hoping that we have Cam Rising back to almost peak level by then, and that we're still in it.
he has to
Oh,
play.
well,
Because we need
Absolutely.
I think we
He
need
has
the
to.
experience.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
have to play versus ASU.
Well, we'll talk about some of the other games that were happening on Saturday night. But before we do, we have a new sponsor to the program, and that is Bout Time Pub and Grub.
So nice.
And
So good.
they have locations all throughout the state of Utah. You can find the location nearest to you at bouttimepub.com. They've got scratch food kitchen. So like everything's made in-house, fresh, brunch every weekend from 10 a.m. to 2 with a Bloody Mary bar. They have mocktails
Gary rolls.
and cocktails, TVs all over the place. You can watch all the different games there. They're going to be the place for Utah Hockey Club games, which starts soon.
Next Tuesday.
Man, and the Sandy location even hosts a bingo every Wednesday night. So,
Gary, that's perfect for you.
yeah. So huge thanks to Bout Time Pub and Grub. Look them up at bouttimepub.com.
Their food's so good. I went there with some friends. March Madness, we went there.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember what I ordered, but they're great
It's
food.
awesome.
It's
So
awesome.
look
TVs
them up.
everywhere. Great place to watch a game. No question.
Well, obviously, the biggest game Saturday night was Georgia, Alabama. We missed the whole second half because we were in our game.
We were
but
watching on
I
his
was watching
phone
we were
though.
watching it.
Hey,
I watched
shout
the
out.
highlights.
The Wi-Fi at Rice Eccles. It works.
It was working.
I was watching the game on my phone.
I mean, my gosh. That was the
Raiders,
thing.
USC, no Raiders. Raiders, yeah. Good
The
week.
USC
Raiders
play?
was
I
a
don't even
great
know.
win. That was, I mean, Bama, we were watching it at the tailgate and it was just like a
It's a blowout.
massive blowout. And Georgia, you almost staked the biggest comeback in all of history. I know it was the biggest it would have been, I guess, if they won. It would have
Great
been the
game, though.
biggest comeback in Georgia history, but
Great game.
like,
The
Who were you
talent.
cheering for, Brynn? Who did you want in that game? And why?
I
Did you have a preference?
didn't have a preference. I really didn't. I was shocked to see Bama was just throttling them that first half. But then having Georgia come back, I was kind of like cheering for them to come back. And I really didn't care. I don't know. I don't care. With Saban gone, I don't know. I don't have the same like. And I like DeBoer. So,
I refuse to answer that question.
oh,
Why?
who are you
I
cheering
can't say it
for?
out loud.
You were cheering for
I wanted
Bama?
Bama.
I was cheering for Bama.
Cheering for
And it like hurts me.
And the reason is because you alluded to it, is that I was sick of Saban. Now I respect the dude,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That guy's
Yeah, you get sick
probably
of
the best
winning.
coach, but I got sick of it.
But now Georgia's
But DeBoer, a
Yeah.
guy from the
Yeah.
Pac-12,
Uh-huh.
goes there and
Oh.
does what he's doing. I mean, we'll see
Well,
how.
and like you just said,
I dug it, man.
Kirby Smart has now like taken that
Yeah.
position.
they won
as-
two. They went back-to-back national champions.
Yeah, I'm sick of that.
Sick of it.
Get out of here, Georgia.
Good job, DeBoer.
That was
I
a great
mean,
game.
Of course, the Alabama receiver kid, the 17-year-old, like
17.
that
17.
the moves he made on that last
Unreal.
play it was just unreal. What a game. Oh god. I mean, there weren't a ton of other games
What's that kid's
during the
name?
weekend.
Okay, did you watch
Will-
UCF Colorado?
Williams is his last name.
Williams, that's right.
A little bit of it.
I watched some of it. It was a blowout.
Yeah.
I'll say about what UCF. This is the first time. Now I understand, and every game is an entity of itself. You never quite know matchups against certain teams, all this and that. But I've not watched UCF this year
I haven't either.
until I watched that game.
But I heard grand things about him.
yeah, I thought, but in watching them, I'm just going. I think they were overrated for what I've heard.
We've got a UCF fan in here in the chat. He was earlier. What happened, man? Was that the team?
Is that the yeah? I'm
Were you
seriously,
missing
man,
the guy?
I wasn't impressed.
I wasn't either. I will say I was impressed with Colorado, though. They looked better this game than I think they have
All season.
all season.
Yeah.
They actually tried to run the ball and were kind of effective doing it.
So who knows?
I'm not Jefferson. Is Jefferson the QB?
Yeah, KJ Jefferson came from
Okay,
Arkansas.
I don't think he can throw very well. But I was watching. He's a big dude. What is he? What 290? I mean, he's like 250. He's massive,
Oh, he's a huge guy.
but he's not like fleet of foot
No, but try tackling
and all the
guy.
RPOs that they do.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just was expecting. I was expecting more. I didn't feel like they were dominated up front. I don't know. My view of them kind of went down. We'll see, but
We'll see though, because who knows?
Who knows? Well, and speaking of the state of Florida, the Miami Virginia Tech
Oh,
game
geez.
and all the controversy surrounding it. Like Cam Ward, massively talented. However, some of the moves he made at the end of the game, if he doesn't make them, he's an idiot. It's the fact that his receivers caught when you're falling to the ground and you just throw it at the guy. Well, he caught it and it was a huge play. So then Cam
It's a
Ward,
great play.
it's a great play. But
It's a great play.
if it doesn't work, then that's a stupid, idiotic play. But obviously, the controversy is the end touchdown. Virginia Tech got screwed.
Is that your stance?
It is my stance because they called it a touchdown. I actually don't think it was a touchdown, but they called it one, so you can't overturn that.
Yeah, that can't be overturned, man.
There's not evidence to
That's
overturn that.
That's exactly how I feel. Because I was watching it live. I was watching it as it was going down.
I didn't. I had to watch it later. Is that right?
Yeah.
You-
So
I
I'm
was
sitting there watching it.
live,
Hail Mary goes up and he comes down with it.
but
And I'm
it's
going, oh, and then it
moving
kind of
around,
bobbles
yeah.
out. But then the ref touchdown. It was funny. Both teams were celebrating simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
And then as they're reviewing it, you're kind of going, wait a minute. He has the ball, foot down, butt down. He goes down, and then they rip it out. But I think the ACC
Just nothing there to overrule it.
hosed
No.
him.
Conspiracy stuff coming out for this, I'll tell you.
They
Well,
hosed him.
The fact that the ACC released a statement afterwards
Well, the guy was out of bounds and touched it. So the ball
That was
what?
tells me that something's
I've
up.
never heard anything.
I've never heard
Bull
that.
crap.
It
Because
was bad.
if you're super confident in your call, you don't like release the statement to, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Also, you want to find a sensitive fan base? Just make a comment on a random post that just says Virginia Tech got hosed, and Miami fans will go crazy. I think every fan base that is not
Oh,
Miami agrees. So
Yeah.
I had no dog in the fight. I don't
Oh, I
care.
I don't
who
care.
wins that
It
game.
was just
I'm sitting there.
Vontae got.
Vontae got
ripped.
screwed. It was a Friday night. It was the
Bottom
only game
line,
on.
we
So I
all know
watched
it.
yeah, you're just watching
Just
it.
watch
But this is how you do it, Miami.
Oh my god.
This is the real
Okay,
you.
now he's
That is the one thing I don't like Miami, because you're not the you. It's dumb. No, we didn't. Okay. We're gonna do some yes, no, maybe so's. But before we do, we want to give a shout out to Be Neat Cleaning Company. Be Neat Cleaning Company is a local cleaning company here in Utah. Maybe you're as distraught as I am about the game this last weekend, so you just need someone to come and clean your house.
Gary
I-
shattered his TV.
I
so
don't-
They came and cleaned it up. They did a
I
good
don't have
job.
the energy to do it.
Yeah, they did well. Got all the pieces.
Look them up at beneatcleaningco.com to schedule your free consultation. And of course, when you mention the Utah Football Fans Podcast, you get $40 off your first house cleaning. Follow them on Instagram. They post all of their work there. You can do house cleaning, commercial cleaning, corporate cleaning, move in, move out cleaning. Look them
That's
up.
a big one. Move in, move out. That's a
I
big.
know.
That's a
You
big
don't
one.
want to do that by yourself.
If you ever moved out of an apartment, all your crap's out, and you got to clean it,
I know.
that's worth paying people to do.
Okay, we're going to do a few of these. Yes, no, maybe
Chirp
so.
in chat if you.
Yeah, I'm sure
on
you're
these.
going to have
So what are we
opinions on
doing? What
this.
are these tonight?
Yes, no, maybe so.
No. Yes, no, no,
Yes,
maybe so.
No. Yes, no's.
Yes, no.
You can't do maybe.
Well, you just
Maybe-
said it was.
Maybe's his favorite answer. Okay. Will Georgia and Bama rematch in the SEC championship?
No.
That's
Texas
quick.
is too good.
Yeah, I say no. Because no, Georgia had
Wait, he
Georgia.
said that. I thought he was saying yes.
I did too. Yes,
Yeah,
they will
but
not
no.
know.
Yes, they
But
will not.
maybe.
Yes, no. No, they will not, because I saw their schedule. I mean, that's going to be a hard run because of Texas,
Georgia
Tennessee,
schedule. Georgia schedule.
Mississippi,
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, they.
Florida. Oh wait, no.
Oh, Florida. Oh no, yeah, Florida. No, it's a no. It's not going to be Georgia in the championship game, but that doesn't mean they don't make the playoff.
Oh,
If they run the table from
absolutely.
this point forward,
Well,
Yeah,
then they
you're
would
right.
be in the champ.
no, Texas.
Yes,
I think
I'm
Texas
saying
is too
But
good.
I'm saying they don't even have to be in the championship game
To
to
make
make
the
the
playoff.
playoff.
That's what he's
That's
saying.
fine.
100%. 100%. But they can't. They could lose one more and still make the playoff because
It's the
because
SEC.
it's
Georgia.
Georgia and it's SEC.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another yes, no, maybe so. Will two teams from the same conference play in the national championship game?
No.
Really?
The national, I don't think two
Maybe.
SEC teams. I mean, look,
Because of the way the playoff is now,
they could. They
it
easily could.
can happen. That hasn't been able to happen before.
Yeah.
But now
So that's a maybe so.
But pick a side. Oh my gosh. Pick a side. I'm gonna say, look, that's ESPN's wet dream is to get
two SEC.
two SEC teams in the championship game. Are you kidding me?
Yes, I will say yes. That's a real possibility.
Oh, but SEC, or are there any other conferences you think it's actually a possibility besides
It's SEC only.
I think the Big Ten could do it.
You think so?
Really?
I
To have
think
two
if I
from
gave
their
odds, I'd
conference?
give it to the SEC.
Yeah.
Just because you look at all the teams. The Big Ten. See, I don't think Michigan can do it again. They don't have
No.
enough quarterback.
No.
They don't have a
Michigan,
QB, man. You can't throw for 30 yards
Penn
every game and win the
State's
national championship.
unreliable. SC.
Their offense is much better this year.
Yeah, but they are. They're much better. But for some reason, they always seem to have that game that gives them the hiccup.
Yeah.
They just do.
But yeah,
No, I don't think. I think yes, two SEC teams could be in the championship. I don't think any other conference would have to. Okay, will a non-quarterback win the Heisman this year?
It's lining up that way. I'm going to say no. I just think that the quarterback is just too high profile. I know that right now, I think the betting odds are Travis Hunter. He's doing incredible things. If he stays on the pace he's going right now,
Yeah.
obviously he's incredible. Staying healthy is going to be challenging for that guy, especially as he gets to get cold games in Boulder. And then there's that running back up at Boise State. He's great.
Genty.
He's never going to win it. I'm sorry. I think he's the best running back in the country.
He's so fantastic.
If you haven't watched that dude play,
it's unbelievable.
it's unbelievable. But
He chewed up Oregon. I mean,
yes,
man.
I think he should get invited to New York. Great.
Yeah.
I just think in today's game, it's going to go to a quarterback.
so you were saying, will it be a non-quarterback? I'll say no, but I'm going to just say because it's actually become a quarterback award.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it has, and I hate it.
The thing is, and we'll see how the season plays out with like Hunter. The thing is, what he's doing is not with top tier teams. They should have had a couple losses already.
Yeah, they should have lost to Baylor.
Okay, Baylor, that was a travesty. That coach Aranda should be out of a job after
I'm
that.
shocked.
All I'm saying is he's not doing this in the SEC. Okay, and we'll see how it goes. But say Alabama runs it. They get there. Milroe will win it.
Milroe. Just
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
But the only thing I will say that makes this more, as far as with Travis Hunter, is that the Dion cult has infiltrated everything. The hype train of Colorado is everywhere. And so I could see Travis Hunter very easily winning it because it's I mean, come on, man. The hype
He's
train for
fantastic.
him
But
is
he is
everywhere.
He is good. Like Shador, I don't
No,
think would be
he's
in
not gonna win it.
that conversation. But Hunter, imagine if Travis Hunter was on an SEC team.
I don't think he does what he can do. He's playing
You
against
don't?
better talent.
I don't think he would play both ways.
There's no way.
Anyways, okay, next one. Will there be a Big 12 team that's going to go undefeated?
No.
Nope.
That was fast.
There's way too much parity in this league.
Last one. Will college football adopt any other NFL rules
Oh,
in the future?
yeah, they will.
Yeah, I think they will.
They're trying to be NFL
Like what?
2.0. I don't know.
I don't know what
It better
what-
not be the kickoff. I'll
The
tell you that.
kickoff is awful. I would love for them to adopt the pass interference NFL rule where it's a
Yeah.
spot foul and not a 15-yard. That would be.
Do you I like it at times, and
I love it.
in the end zone, it kind of bugs me on a garbage call, and you're on the 1
Yeah,
yard
but
line.
if I'm a corner and I'm getting burned it's going to be a 60-yard bomb, and I grab the guy and throw him to the ground, and it's pass interference. In college, it's only a 15-yard penalty. In the NFL, it goes to where he would have caught the ball. I think that's a much better rule. Get rid of the 2-minute.
The Chiefs have made a living on that garbage call.
I know they have. Oh my god.
On which one? The 2-minute or
No,
the
the pass
Pass
interference.
interference
interference.
garbage.
Well, yeah, because that's what you do.
So I think that they
I don't
will,
know, man.
'cause
I'm
college is trying to be the NFL 2.0.
I know. And see, we were just talking before we hopped on here tonight that the NFL sucks.
College football is so much better.
That they're ruining the game. So, but I agree with you. I think they absolutely are going to keep adopting more of the rules.
Can anyone tell me, chat, Gary, Brynn, why they added the 2-minute timeout to college football?
TV. That is
I don't know.
the reason.
I don't know the reasoning.
I think it's TV. It's
TV.
money. It's another
I think
commercial
probably
break.
right.
It's
It
just
is-
another commercial break.
So dumb. I hate it. It slows the game down so much. I hate it. Get rid of it.
What was with the TV timeout and then we kicked the ball off
And
and
then
then
another
they had another
timeout.
3
TV
minutes?
timeout.
There's
3-minute
timeouts.
timeout.
That game might have been the longest game in the history.
That
of
was
it.
a long game on Saturday night and it was late and there were so many TV timeouts, but that is the only reason
hate
to
it.
add that 2 minutes.
So many
And then,
commercials.
Yeah, the way the like out of bounds and the first down and the clock stopping. I hate all of that now in college.
Literally, it
but
was extra point, TV timeout, comeback, kickoff, TV timeout. It took 10 minutes of actual time to run a freaking play.
And yet all these rules are supposed to shorten the game.
Yeah. That game was so freaking long.
We all know it's so they will make the money. All right. Well,
There you have it. The truth.
that is all. It is a bye week, so we won't have a game to watch this weekend, but there's I don't
What
know. I
good
haven't
games?
even looked.
Should we look real quick?
Yeah, let's look real quick to see what other good games there are this weekend.
Yeah, I haven't.
Because I haven't.
What do you mean nationally?
Yeah, nationally. Or Big 12. I don't know.
Let's see.
I think there are some key games this week. Kansas State plays.
Missouri, Texas A&M. Could be
Okay.
all right.
Is Colorado play?
No, I think they're on bye also.
Michigan, Washington. That could be a good one.
Michigan will win.
I'm just looking at
Yeah,
the
Washington
top
is
25.
Washington is having some problems.
They could have won last week, by the way, but they didn't. Let's see.
They're gonna lose.
All right, Big 12, Houston, TCU, thriller. Hey, TCU's 3-2 though.
You know what? Yeah, K-State. Oh, it's idle. Okay, yeah.
West Virginia, Oklahoma State, guys.
Yeah, that was rough. On
Okay, here's
Saturday.
one. UCF plays Florida. Who wins that game?
That'll tell a lot. I bet you Florida wins.
There's not really like good top 25 matchups on.
It's a split. It's almost 50-50 on the ESPN predictor. We're
Really?
giving Florida this edge because I think it's at Florida. Kansas, Arizona State. I'll be watching that game.
What time is that on Saturday?
That's at 6:00.
Okay.
Arizona, Texas Tech, Arizona. Dude, Texas Tech is 4-1.
Arizona's going to win.
I think so too. But there's some good Big 12 games that will give a good barometer of where people are.
We need
Yeah.
Arizona to lose again because
They will. I said this to you after the
tie
game.
break.
There's going to be teams that start to lose. There's just way too much up and down in this conference. It's just no. To your question, no one's going undefeated from this point forward. Even I don't believe it.
All
Except for
right.
us.
All right,
Except for
everybody.
us.
Thanks for
Well,
joining.
We will be here
You're the
next
best.
week. Make sure you're subscribed and follow. Oh, you.
Go.
It'll all be all right. My rant on the way out.
On your way out.
Hideous, ugly, disgusting. What other words can I use? Frustrating, atrocious. We got destroyed. Revenge did not come. I don't know. I truly don't even know what else to say. That was awful. 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 Horrible. Awful. Hideous. Ugly. Everything.